So today's topic is tuple, tuple in Python, right?
Yes,
We have discussed about list in our previous class, right? So
yes,
now today's topic is tuple. What is tuple? Tuple is also a container which contains a multiple data types, right?
yes,
Tuple is immutable, which means we cannot add, delete, and update item if tuple is created at once, right? So we
yes.
cannot add any element in the tuple if we have created a tuple at once, right? And we cannot delete any item from the tuple as well as we cannot update any of elements in the tuple while the tuple is created once, right? To
Okay,
create a tuple, we need round brackets, right? So suppose I am keeping a variable that is tup, it means tuple, right? And
yes,
create a tuple with round brackets. Suppose we are having a some element. Suppose that banana, mango,
yes,
orange, right? These are the elements in the tuple, right? And you can print entire tuple by print function like that, right? Only print function and pass the tuple, right? So what is your tuple name?
yes.
That is tup, and you will get your entire tuple. The output will be like that: banana, mango, and orange. All elements will written inside the tuple in that way, right? This is your
Yes,
output, right? You can also do
yes,
indexing like list. Suppose you want to access any of elements from the tuple, you can do positive indexing as well as negative, right? So suppose that I want to access the second element in the tuple, right? Just write that statement tuple and give the index position of that element which you want to access, right? Suppose
yes.
I want to access this element. So what is the index position of that element? What is the index position of that element?
The index division of the word printer.
Yes, one. Positive indexing will start from
Yes,
0, 1, 2, and so on, right? So
yes.
that means the index position of second element is 1, right?
Okay,
Now the output will be negative. As well as you can also do negative indexing, which will start from -1. The last element will be at to -1 index position, and the second last element will be -2 index position, and so on, right? If you want to access any of elements, suppose
mm.
just access the second element from the tuple by using negative indexing, right? Just pass the index position of second element like -2, and
Okay.
you will get the same output as earlier, right? But the output will be negative. Is it clear?
Yes.
All all the things are clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now you can also do slicing. Slicing is what? Can you please explain this?
You'll like divide it by a certain number.
Okay. So you can do slicing also in the tuple, like we have done in the list, right? So suppose you
Yes.
want to access first two elements from the tuple, right? Just
Yeah.
give the start index position as well as ending position, right?
Yeah.
And position.
Okay.
That will be included. That will be included. So that means whatever value you are passing here, whatever index you are passing here, that index will start from that number, right? And n value always will be excluded. That means whatever value you are passing here, whatever index position you are passing, the index will be indexed to value -1, right? So that means
Yes.
whatever value you are passing here, suppose if I take any value, for example, right, 4, I'm giving 4 here, then what will be the value? 4 minus 1, that will become 3, right? And if you are
Yes.
passing 1, so the index position will start from 1 up to 2. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now suppose I want to access first two elements in the tuple, right?
Okay.
Just write that statement tuple and give the start index position where to start from. Suppose because I want to access first two elements in the tuple, so I just need to start from 0, right? And up to up to 0, 1, 2, because the ending value will be 2 minus 1, that will become 1. So at the index 0 and 1, the element will be printed. Okay, the element get printed, right? So now
Yes.
pass to add index position. Now you will get what first two element in the tuple. The first element is what banana, and the second element is what mango. Inside the tuple,
Yes.
the output the output will be like that. Suppose this is your tuple, and this is first element inside the tuple, and this is second element inside the tuple. This is your final output,
Okay.
right? Let's
Yes.
do practical on tuple, right?
Okay.
Just create a simple tuple. I give the name TUP and apply the parenthesis and insert some element inside it, like banana, mango, apple, orange, right? This is my
Yes.
tuple, and now I can access entire tuple with pretty function. Just pass the tuple name like that.
Okay.
Now execute this program. You will get your
All the
tuple,
tuples. Yes.
right? All the elements will get printed in the
It's tuple.
tuple, right? Now just
Yes.
check the type of the variable by using type function. You can
Yes.
just check the type of the variable,
Variable.
right? Now pass the user type function and pass the variable inside this parameters. After that, you will get the type of the tuple. It will return the class of the variable in which the variable is, right? So the type of variable is what? Tuple. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how to access elements from the tuple? As we have discussed before, now just write statement. If suppose that if we want to access first element in the tuple, right? Just pass the tuple name with index position 0. You will
Okay.
get the first element in the tuple. What is it? It is banana. That's your first element in
In the
the
tuple.
tuple,
Yes.
right? And now, suppose I want to do the negative indexing, right? So I want to
Yes.
access the last element from the tuple. Just pass the -1, and you will get what? Your last element from the tuple. That will be orange. Is it clear?
Yes.
Tell me, if I pass -0, then what will be the output?
The output will be negative.
The output will be
Negative.
yes, what?
The output will be negative. Negative.
Sorry, I'm unable to listen to you
The
properly.
output will be negative.
The output will be mango.
Negative.
O-
Negative. Hello? Negative.
Okay, so the output will be banana. The output will be
Yes.
banana because
Banana.
the value 0, 0 and -0, both the value are equal, right?
Yes. Yes. Hello?
Suppose that I'm giving 1, 1 as my start index position and 3 as my end index position. Now what will be the output? It's slicing. We are just doing slicing. What will be the output?
Yes.
What will be the output?
The output will be a banana and apple.
Banana and apple.
Yes.
How?
Because it's one and wait no, it's mango and
One.
orange.
So banana is at what position?
No, it's mango. Mango and orange.
Mango and
Orange.
orange. Now the
Yes.
orange is at what position?
Three.
3. So that value, that and index position will always be excluded. So that means 3 minus 1 is what?
Two.
2. So at the index
So,
2 position,
so it's a mango.
the element will get printed.
Yes.
Now the output will be 1 and 2.
Mango.
That will be mango and apple,
Yes.
right? So mango and apple will be printed in the tuple.
Okay.
I'm not giving any of starting value. So the index tell me from where the index position will start. From where the index position will be started.
Yes.
If I am not giving any of starting index position here,
Okay.
from where the index position will start. By default,
Mm.
it will start from 0, right? So that means
Yes.
this is what banana, mango, apple, right?
Yes.
And if I'm not giving any and index position, so that means where to stop the index position, where to stop the index position will stop size of tuple. So how many
Okay.
elements are there in the tuple? One, two, three, four. So that means the index position will be 4. That means 4 minus 1, that will be 3. So the output will be the complete tuple will get printed. Is it clear?
Okay.
Now
Yes.
check the size of the tuple.
Okay.
Just use length function to calculate the size of tuple. Right? It will return the size of the elements. How many elements are there in the
Okay.
tuple?
How
How
many
many?
elements are there in the tuple?
Yes. How many elements?
Each the banana tuple has four, 6 elements.
How many elements?
6.
6. Just count the number of elements. One,
Yes.
2, 3, 4. There are 4 elements
Oh.
in the tuple. So how
Oh.
you
Okay.
how you see that 6 elements are there in the tuple?
I saw each letter of the tuple.
We are
I
having
saw one
only
by like letters.
we are having only 4 elements in the tuple. So it will return the
Okay.
size of tuple,
4.
right?
Yes.
You can calculate the size of the tuple by using length function, right?
Okay. Yes.
Is it okay?
Yes, it is okay.
Okay. Let's make another tuple that is TP, right? So here I'm giving some elements that is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just give the weekdays name, right? Right? These are the elements inside the
Yes.
tuple. You can access all the elements from the tuple one by one using iteration loop, right? Just write the statement and for I in tuple, right?
Okay.
And
Yes.
print the print I. So what will happen here? Now this is what? This is the range of the tuple. This is the size of the tuple. We are passing the size of the tuple. That means we are passing range of the loop here. What is
Okay.
the size of this tuple? How many elements are there in the tuple? Again, we are having 4 elements. The size of this tuple is what? 4. So that means for loop will be executed 4 times because loop will start from 0 to 3. That means 0, 1, 2, 3.
three.
Right? So how many times loop will be executed? How many times loop will be executed?
No, yes, it's going to get
4
for
times.
3 times.
4
Yeah,
times.
four
4
times.
times. Because it will start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? So count the
Yes.
number of passing the loop. So now just for the first time, the value of that I, that variable is 0. So
Okay.
an element will be sent at the index position 0. So that element will be 0 and next element will be at 1 position and next to next element will be 2 and 3 and so on, right? So
Yes.
at the first time, first element will be sent to the variable I. So that means
Oh,
the element will be Sunday. That that will get printed, right? And second
yes.
element will be the second time Monday and so on. All the elements will get printed one by one, right? Right. So let's
Yes.
check it. Is it working or not? Right. For follow I n range of the tuple is what? Just pass the variable name where your tuple is stored, right? Now,
Yes.
by print function, you can print your element one by one through the loop. See the output,
Yes.
right? How many times this loop has been executed? Just count the number of execution of the loop, right? So just take a
Yes.
variable that is count and initialize a value that is 0, right?
Okay.
And
Yes.
every time the loop will execute, the value of the count variable will get increment by 1, right? And now just print the count variable. That means at the first time the loop will be executed and an element will be sent to the variable I, right? And by this statement, your element will get printed and the value will be increased from 0 to 1 because 0 plus 1 that
Yes.
means we can also write that statement in that way. Count plus equal to 1 means count is equal to count plus 1. So this operator plus is equal operator will add the value to the left operand, right?
Yes.
So every time the count, the value of count variable will be increased by 1, right? So now
Okay.
check the number of execution of the loop, right? What it
Okay.
returns? What has it written?
So
4. So that means the execution
this.
time of that loop is 4. We can also
So
print the message.
okay.
execution time of loop, right?
Yes. Then I'll do the
It
four.
is that will be true.
Four.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So we want to uh, add an element in the tuple. Suppose I want to add an element at two index position. Suppose element name is Saturday. Now I want to access complete complete tuple by using print function, right? So you will get an error because this tuple is immutable in nature. So you will not add any of elements if the tuple is created at once, right? So you cannot
Yes.
add any elements, and you can not also update any of elements from the tuple. It's clear?
Yes.
Okay. Suppose I want to calculate the I want to count the number of the elements. How many
Okay.
times the element occurs? Suppose
Yes.
tuple dot count,
Element.
right? And
Yes.
give the element name which you want to be counted. Suppose that banana, right?
So I'll give you one.
Now take a variable which in which you will store the number of occurrence in that variable and
Then you can print the
now
variable. Then I'll give you the
print that variable.
print the variable. Yes.
It will return the number of occurrence of the element, right? So
Okay.
if I take same element one more time, right? Now what will be the output?
That will be one because banana only occur once.
No, the output will be
One.
2 because
Why?
the banana, how many times the banana occur?
One,
One, and here is what?
two.
So,
Okay, so it'll be two.
so that means it will return 2.
Two.
Okay, same like that you can count the index position of an element by index function. Suppose
Okay.
you're passing index function and your element you passing an element inside this function which you want to find the index position, right? So it will return the first occurrence of the element, right? So
Okay.
this is your first occurrence of the element. It will avoid the
Yes.
second occurrence of that element, right? So it will return the first occurrence of the element, right? So
Yes.
that's why it has returned 0. And suppose that if you want to find the index position of mango, so it will return 1.
Okay.
And suppose that if you want to find the index position of element which is not present in the tuple, suppose pineapple, this element is not present in the tuple, so what will it return? What will it return?
return zero.
It will return zero. No,
Yes,
you will get an error
yes.
because the element,
Pineapple is an
the
apple.
element which you want to know the index position which you are passing here, that will be x,
Yes,
is not in the tuple. X not in the tuple.
yes.
X is what? That element which you are passing inside the index
Apple,
function.
not.
Inside the
Oh,
index index function, here you are passing, this is your element which is x. So it says x not in tuple. That means the element which you are passing inside index function is not present in the tuple. So that's why
apple.
it raised an error. Error is what? Value error. Is it clear?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So suppose that I'm having two tuples and I want to merge two tuples, suppose one, two, and so on, right? And I want to merge these two tuples with one, right? So you can concatenate, concatenate these two tuples and that way, right?
Okay,
Just use the plus sign operator, which means you're concatenating tuple 1 with tuple 2. So it will return a single tuple that will contain all the elements from these two tuples, right? So here you
yes,
can see that,
okay,
right? So this
yes.
was about the tuple, whatever we have discussed today, right? And in the next lecture, we will discuss another type of container, that is sets and
Okay,
dictionary, right? So till
yes.
that, goodbye. See you.
Okay,
See you
goodbye.
next.
Bye.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye. Thank you.